Christmas came early for horror game fans a few weeks back when Capcom set loose the latest entry in their decades-old zombie epic. Not a remake this time, but an actual new installment in the adventures of Ethan Winters, which began in Part 7. How does Ethan fare this time around? Let's find out. Greetings all, my name is Kontrol. I'm a veteran gamer with a knack for drawing. You're watching the latest in a series of gaming pinup videos, so if you enjoy the show, think about hitting the like button on your way out and subscribe for more. It's pretty well known by now that the evil pharmaceutical corporation Umbrella is no more, crushed under the weight of their bizarre and corrupt ambitions.
Huge corporations are usually so virtuous and ethical.
Yes, if only Umbrella could have followed the fine example of Google, whose noble efforts have enhanced human interaction to a scale we never would have believed. Knock it off!
Sorry. But Kontrol, do you really think sucking up is gonna get YouTube to start promoting this channel? What happened to growing by producing quality content?
If I could produce quality content, don't you think I would have done that by now? Next you'll ask me to correctly spell pharmaceutical.
I thought the key to YouTube's success was getting the attention of Al Gore.
Algorithm, Mello. Forget it. Let's start over. Please remind me to delete this entire embarrassing exchange from the final video.
You can count on me, Kontrol.
Now, the Umbrella Pharmaceutical Corporation is best known for their groundbreaking work in over-the-counter cardiovascular remedies and the transformation of an American city into a zombie hellscape.
You gotta respect the business that can diversify.
For several years, people speculated on the origins of Umbrella's doomed foray into the world of bioweapons and assorted mad science. It recently came to light that it all began in a small European village and the discovery of a fungus capable of mutating human cells. Since that revelation, the village has become something of an area attraction for travelers and adventurers interested in the infamous Umbrella scandal. That is, until a recent incident compelled authorities to restrict access to the village and its surrounding area.
Why do I get the feeling this incident involved body bags with moving contents?
Look, no need to start imagining horror movie crap. We have on our phones right now someone who was actually in the group of civilians on that infamous trip to the village.
It's Hilda Boxbottom, isn't it?
Duh.
Hello again, Kontrol. It's always a delight to chat with you and your adorable sidekick, Jello. It's Mello, you old bat. Such a rascal.
Mrs. Boxbottom, you're sort of developing a bit of a reputation for ending up in harrowing situations bordering on certain death.
Oh, I don't know about that. Surely I'm not the only woman to survive 12 plane crashes, 4 bridge collapses, and pulling the wrong lever at that Chernobyl power plant. I knew that was your handiwork.
It's fascinating that these coincidental catastrophes haven't deterred you from traveling. Ever think about just sitting home and watching Netflix like everyone else?
Well, after I was banned from all major cruise lines, I did consider it. But I've always had a bit of a morbid curiosity about the Umbrella Corporation, and couldn't pass up this opportunity when it presented itself.
Did you go alone?
Oh no, my neighbor Fletcher offered to escort me. Something of a Valentine's Day gift, actually.
Oh, I see. You still got it, eh?
No, she doesn't.
Hello.
This already sounds suspicious. How did Fletcher even know about this village? Well, the trip was sponsored by a foreign benefactor. Mr. Walker. Or maybe Weber?
Wesker.
Yes, that was it.
Oh, God.
At first, Fletcher and I were enjoying the wonderful rustic flavor of the village.
But the village was more interested in your flavor, right?
That's correct. Hordes of wolfmen suddenly appeared. They had sharp claws, long fangs, and an appalling disregard for social distancing.
Good God. Mrs. Boxbottom, that sounds like nothing you couldn't handle. Am I right?
Oh, you know me too well. After my visit to Silent Hill, I never leave the house without my 12 gauge, and the village itself had a remarkable amount of ammo shells laying about. Survival was simply a matter of aiming and blasting a bitch.
Well, I hate to say it, but it sounds like you and Fletcher was set up to be test subjects.
Fletcher's dead, right? Usually you're the only one who makes it out. Oh, he actually managed to survive.
Wow. Hey, that's great. Good news for once.
Yes, indeed. His doctor told me many people go on to fulfilling lives after having their limbs devoured.
Limbs? Like, all of them?
I'm afraid so, yes. On the bright side, it made it so much easier to carry him to the escape chopper.
Get to the chopper!
Wow. Well, sounds like one Valentine's Day that could have used Jill Valentine. Anyway, Mrs. Boxbottom, I feel like I'd be irresponsible not to suggest you stick around the house more.
I see your point.
If you get bored, I highly recommend subscribing to Kontrol Incorporated.
Gaming fan art.
I mean, watching YouTube might not be everyone's cup of fine British tea, but no one's ever lost an arm doing it.
Pornhub, though. Watch in moderation, that's all I'm gonna say.
To be sure, I am reconsidering my scheduled trip to Detroit. At least until the Duke has completed my weapon modifications. So long for now.
So you're going with Detroit for the punchline there?
You know, I almost typed Portland, but who knows how long that disaster will be in the news. Now then, the Resident Evil games need no introduction, of course. At least I hope not. If you haven't heard of Resident Evil, that sketch must have played like a badly acted foreign language soap opera. But assuming you're at least familiar with the general concept of the series, you might also find the hero of the latest entry in the series particularly noteworthy. Resident Evil Village, aka Resident Evil 8, stars Ethan Winters, back for another round of intense torment after being introduced in Part 7. Ethan appeared as a seemingly ordinary guy on a quest to find his missing wife, who has apparently been holed up in a terrifying, dilapidated mansion in Louisiana. Every other protagonist in the series has been either a member of the Raccoon City Special Tactics and Rescue Service, a marksman rookie cop, or, most impressive of all, Claire Redfield.
She even rides a Harley.
Now, while Ethan doesn't appear to bring any survival skills to the table, he does have something no other series hero has: actual superpowers. Ethan suffers grievous injuries up to and including the loss of hands and feet, only to completely recover within a few minutes of game time.
Just adds water and walks it off.
Ethan is the only Resident Evil hero whose face never appears in-game. Both Part 7 and Part 8 almost never diverge from his first-person point of view. And most unique of all, Ethan is the only hero in the series where the game's story centers around him personally. Resident Evil 7 and 8 are all about the trials of Ethan and the Winters family. Resident Evil's original badass, Chris Redfield, appears briefly in both games as guest star and co-star, respectively.
You mean guest stars.
So with that in mind, I wanted Ethan to appear prominently in my pinup. Helpfully, his character model is fully realized in the game, so we know what he's wearing even though his face is strategically hidden. In this drawing, he's facing off against one of the daughters of archvillain Lady Dimitrescu. The daughters are 3 young women whose bodies are literally made of blood-sucking flying insects.
Funny how none of them mention that little fact in their dating
The
profile.
daughters present different personality traits when they attack Ethan solo, and I'm reasonably sure each has specific identifying visual characteristics, but even looking at my reference, I can't tell these freaks apart. So decide for yourself, did I draw Bella, Cassandra, or Daniela? I actually have no idea. I just wish they'd, wash their face. Anyway, it absolutely warms my heart that you made it all the way to the end. But I need you to do me another favor. It's an easy one though. Click the like button. It's free and would greatly enhance my day. Also make sure to subscribe for more marginally coherent gaming commentary and artwork. I think it's pretty safe to say no one else does it quite like we do.